good, y'all? It's your boy FrankTheTankFitness, and I'm back at y'all with another YouTube video. So today, it's story time video, and it's called Walmart Chronicles Part 1 of my series. Alright, so today, well, before I get into my video, I want you guys to like, comment, subscribe if you're new, and check me out, man. It's FrankTheTankFitness, bro. Let's get it. As you know, as I was going through the BS situation with worldwide marketing, I ended up quitting the job, and then next thing you know, I had either, it was either my mom in Dayton or Columbus. So I chose Columbus, and I'm like, I can't be living up on the rules, you know what I'm saying? I was 22 years old, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta stay in Columbus, you know what I'm saying? So I ended up applying for Walmart. I mean, Walmart was just like a dead-end job, and it was like, well, you know what? It's something, it's money. You get to pay your rent and all that kind of stuff. So I applied at Walmart. Then I remember I got the interview. I went in there dressed up, had like a black suit, black shirt, had a white tie. Then I had slacks. Then I had black, black shoes on. I was there to dress to impress. I was trying to stand out. While you got other people, they was all in their khakis and they like in a polo shirt. And I'm like, okay. I mean, it's, you normally, like, people normally just go on to job interviews, thinking like, okay, I'm here for an interview. So as I went to go get my interview, I was interviewed by this lady. Her name was Sierra. She was like the manager. And then now this Sierra lady, she had a voice on her, and y'all know Michelle, the singer. She had that kind of voice, like it was like high pitched and whiny. So I went into the interview. I answered all the questions correctly, like the way that how people would handle jobs professionally and situations professionally. Clean that up. So as soon as I answered the questions and stuff, she goes, now your position, you're gonna be a stockman. And I'm like, what the f is a stockman? Like, what is that? And she was like, basically you're just gonna be pushing cards. And I'm like, wow, are you serious? Like, why I'm pushing cards? Like, what like, to me, I looked at it, I was like, what do you have against me for you to say that I'm pushing carts? In my mind, I wanted to say, like, why are you? Is it because of the way that I dress? I was in a suit, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know. Maybe she felt some type of way about me. I don't know. But she was just like, yeah, you're gonna be pushing carts for about 6 months. And then I was like, oh, is that how long is it gonna be until I get into the actual store? She was like, yeah, you have to work your way up here. And I'm like, all right. You know what I'm saying? So I took the cart pusher. I took it like a champ. And the next day, I went in there and I had to do all my little quizzes, the orientations and all that kind of stuff. And then I went out and I started pushing the carts. I met like two people, two good cart pushers. One of them's name was Les and the other name was Kevin. Now Les was like, he was like the older person. He always, he didn't really do too much, because he was older. Then you had Kevin. Kevin was like the hardest worker, always pushing carts. He always had the hat on. He kind of looked like Billy Hoyle from White Man Can't Jump. And then they was introducing me to like pushing carts and all that kind of stuff. To me, I was like, bro, you're just pushing carts into the store. That's all you're doing. But I guess they had like their little rules and all that kind of stuff. But then they told me, it was like, yeah, everybody's here pretty good, but except for one person. And I was like, who was that one person? He was like, this guy named James. And I'm like, oh boy, shoot, we already know. It's like every time, everywhere you go to a job, it's always somebody that's gonna be that one that's gonna not do. So I was just like, okay, I ain't never met James, but okay. But then the next day, well, next 2 days, I meet James, and and he looked like he complained. Like, he was the type of person that always complained about stuff. But I remember meeting him. He was like, yeah, my name is James. I push carts and I do my best I can. And I'm like, all right, bro, what I'm saying? We push carts and all that kind of stuff. But I started to see his true colors, like it right then and there. Like, when I was pushing carts, James would be out there like trying to talk to the girls or trying to tell people to get to work. And I'm like, bro, like, all right, yeah, this we ain't gonna get along. It ain't gonna happen. Then when I worked with him again, the next day, like I remember I had to push in like hella carts to get inside the store, like, because we were running low on carts, and it was a holiday too. And I remember it wasn't a holiday. It was just a regular day, and then James was just like, he went to go tell the managers that I pushed so many carts to the store. I had like 30 carts, but I was like, bro, I'm trying to get I'm trying to push all these carts in. But he went up there, he was like, yeah, he pushed all those carts into the store, and he didn't know where the cars, if he might get hit by a car. So he went in there and just complaining, bro. And I'm like, bro, like, is it that serious, bro? I was like, bro, from that point on, I was like, yeah, I don't like this dude, James, bro. Like, I can't stand him. And then the managers came to me, he's like, you can't push that many carts into the store. You gotta at least have like at least 10 or 15. And I'm like, what difference does it make? It's like you're trying, y'all complain about we need carts. And it's like, bro, like, make up y'all dang on mind, bro. Like, if y'all need carts, bro, I'm gonna get as many carts as I can to get them in. Like, y'all about to keep on complaining about carts, you know what I'm saying? And James not even doing nothing. And it was like, well, we already know James, he's lazy. And I'm like, then why the hell do y'all still keep this man here? But man, as you know, weeks come on and weeks go on, months go on. Then it was the holiday. And then the holiday, what pissed me off more was when this dude James did not do anything at all. He tried to complain the entire time. He was talking about he was hurt. So I remember this. I think it was either, I want to say it was Memorial Day. So it was Memorial Day, and I was pushing these carts, and James is like, I can't push any more carts. My hand hurt. I gotta go to the doctor because I can't work under these conditions. So I'm like, all right, bro, whatever. So James was out there. James had to go to the hospital or whatever, and he had to go to the doctor. And I remember I was just I had to push carts by myself, like literally. Like, it was like one door there, and it was another door on the other side, and I had to go back and forth to make sure carts was there. Was any carts was there? No. I mean, did I have any help? Somewhat. I mean, I had a little bit of help, but they had to go back in and had to do their position. And I'm like, bruh, like I just can't, bro. Like, this is crazy, bro. And it gets to the point, James came back. And then James come back and he tell me, I can't push any more carts. They said I can't lift anything over 10 pounds.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
What? James, bro, you're not lifting nothing. You're pushing carts, bro. Like, what are you talking about, man?
He's like, well, I can't do anything. I can't lift anything over 10 pounds. I can't push nothing. So you're on your own, buddy.
I'm like, all right, bro, whatever. And at this point, I'm really agitated, bro. And James was telling me,
well, I get to be the people greeter. So they tell me I had to people greet. So, yeah.
I'm like, all right, whatever, bro. And so it gets to a point where I'm getting slammed. Like, I didn't have no carts. People were calling me, Stockman, we need carts. And I'm like, bro, like, I'm trying to do the best as I can. I was getting frustrated. I even went to the store and asked the lady, I'm like, ma'am, I need some help. I need somebody to help me. And she's like, we're trying to get you help. And I'm like, man, y'all ain't trying to help me, man. Y'all suck, bro. Like, in my head, I'm like, bro, y'all suck, bro. And it came to a point where I almost came to blows with James. Like, I was about to fight this dude. And I remember I was just walking. And James like, we need carts. I'm like, bro, if you don't leave me alone, bro. Like, I'm trying to do the best I can. I'm like, bro. He was like, we need carts. Come on, Frank. And I just walked away. He was like, Frank. I'm like, bro, James, you got one more time to get my name out, bro. I swear to God, I'm going to punch you, bro. Leave me the fuck alone. At this point, I was just agitated, bro, because James was being lazy, bro. He was just excuses, bro. And then, it just got to a point. I'm like, all right, bro. no more of this, bro. So I finally getting help, and the day was over and stuff. Somebody like graciously helped me out the entire time, and we got the carts in. But I went home, bro. I was mad, bro. I was so pissed. I called my mom. I was like, man, I don't know what to do about this dude James, bro. He really been irritating me. And my mom was just like, one day she was like, he gonna get his. You just gotta keep working. He gonna get his. So as months go by, I remember I had talked to one of the managers. His name was John. And I was like, hey, John, listen, I was trying to see if there's any way I can move up and go inside the store and work. I was telling him that, I got a degree. I need to be in the store. Because, the backstory to that was this lady named Jackie had told me to talk to a manager because she was like, you don't deserve to be out here pushing carts. You're the only one out here working, and James not doing anything. And I was just like, yeah, like, I'm trying to get into the store. Like, she was like, yeah, talk to John. So that's when I had talked to John, and I told him about my spiel. And he was like, yeah, I'm gonna try to get you in here. I'm gonna try to work you out. But in the meantime, I was still out here pushing carts and all that kind of stuff, still with lazy ass James. And it was just like, man, I'm just praying like, man, I need to get inside the store, bro. I need to get inside the store. So a couple months later, John was like, yeah, we got you a position. You got two positions. You can either be in deli or you can be in produce. And I'm like, well, shoot, I don't know anything about those two. So I started asking people, and one girl, her name Tiffany, she came and told me about deli. I mean, like, they make more money and all that kind of stuff. I was like, okay, that's cool. I'm down with making more money. But then somebody else had told me more about produce, and I think I was talking to Caleb. That's when I first met Caleb. He's like the big muscle dude. He talked like Rocky. He'd be like, yo, what's up, man? Caleb was telling me about produce, and he was like, hey, you should come to produce. I was like, okay, I like those odds. 1 month later, John had came up to me. He was like, you made your decision yet? And I was like, yeah, I want to be a produce. And he was like, yo, I can make that happen. We're gonna make that happen pretty soon. He said, but you still gotta be out here pushing carts because they still out here, looking for somebody to replace you. And I'm just sitting here. In my mind, I'm like, that's gonna be hard to find because they're not gonna fire James. And if they fire James, it's gonna be more worse on me. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna be patient. It's all about being patient. Patience is a virtue. So they told me, I was like, okay, I'm cool with that. So they found somebody within the next 2 weeks. And, I had to train him and, how to push cars. I even told him about James. I was like, hey, be worried about James. Be careful around James because you might do something and James gonna run a snitch and stuff. So I just told him that. And then sooner or later, I move him into produce. And I remember James was real salty about me going inside the store. And I was like, and James came up to me. He was like,
man, I'm about to quit this job. I'm about to put my 2-week notice in, man. I just can't take it no more.
And I'm like, James, why, bro? Like, why you leaving, bro? Like, what's going on? Why you leaving?
He's like, man, it's just stuff that they moved you before me. That's some bull. I've been here longer than you have. I just don't get it, man. I've been asking to go to the store, move up inside the store for a very long time, and they just move you up.
I'm like, hey, man, I'm sorry, James. It's just the way it go, bro. I just work harder than you, man. I'm sorry. I was like, you know what? I'm not even sorry because he was like, you know what? My mom said he gonna get his. So I remember James like, so James, you gonna leave? Where you gonna go? He said,
I'm gonna go to Speedway. I'm gonna go to Speedway because they're better than Walmart and it's weekly pay. It's just better than Walmart.
I'm like, all right, James, do your thing, buddy, man. It was good. It was nice knowing you. So James ended up quitting before I even actually moved in. But I was already inside the store, so it was just a win-win situation for me. But yeah, I ended up going to produce, and I met some people. Yes, sir. But that was part 1 of my Walmart Chronicles. Part 2 will be how I got into produce. And you guys tap in for that story. Walmart Chronicles Part 2 is going to be lit. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my story time Part 1 of the Walmart Chronicles. I want you guys to like, comment, subscribe if you're new. This is Frank the Tank Fitness. And I'm out, bruh. Peace.